Right. Good morning, guys. We'll open the doors up. May 14th, Tradingology.com's trading room. Good to see you guys. Dave, good to see you this fine morning.
Good morning.
Very interesting day shaping up.
Yep. And the RTUS, I called a true trend day this morning. First one in a long time.
Yeah, we opened up below and we are absolutely stair-stepping down.
Yes, we are. Just watch, make sure it doesn't break. The big clue there was the internals. When they hit that 90% level, that is almost a sure sign that we're going into a true trend day. So when I called it at about 9:44, we were down about 250 on the YM futures. Now we're down 429. So we got room to move here.
Yeah, everybody's definitely moving down on the futures. Little pause on this point, but I think it's just going to be a hesitation. So you'll see a little pauses on the way down.
Yep, absolutely.
Same thing goes for the major index.
Morning, Ishan. Morning, Stephen.
Yeah, BOP curves rise and everything's lining up for it to continue. I got to keep stretching these out there so far.
Yeah, my target for the YM is between 22.5 and 22.6. I can't get any more specific than that.
Let's see if we got anything in the way.
It's just the range.
Yeah, I'd say right around 530. Might see some more support down there. So that's lots of room to move. 200 points.
Yeah, so we'd be down about 650 or so. Yep, I think we're heading there. When you get those internals up in that 90% area, man, that is so. Like we talked before about true trend days, specialists must have gotten a ton of sell orders before the open, and they're just trying to create an orderly market to sell off those shares, because if they dumped them all at once right at the open, forget it, we'd be down probably 2,000 points.
Yeah, it's going to be more mass chaos.
Yeah, absolutely. So they stair-step it, try to create an orderly market to get rid of those. And, so you get a little buying, selling coming in every once in a while, but we're definitely in a downtrend here. It's probably going to last a day.
Well, yeah, just another close to 3 million again in the jobless reports.
2.98, unbelievable. Everybody was expecting 2.5. That's almost 3 million more, right? I mean, we've been doing 3 million a week.
Yeah, so now we're at 36.5.
And it's really closer to probably 50.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, this is 1929, 1932 playbook. We bounced off of the lows after the initial drop. Now we're starting to see that real, the retrace is done, heading back down to the old lows, I think. Even after the Fed said that they will do anything and create as much money as they want, the market's bigger than the Fed, I think.
Yeah, it's nothing but bad news, which is why we're seeing it.
Yeah.
They're saying the banks are deep in the bear market.
Oh, banks are hurting. Oh my gosh. They're not getting the credit card payment deposits. They're not getting the cash deposits from retail stores. They're not getting their mortgage payments because so many people have requested forgiveness. Forbearance, yeah, forbearance. Yeah, they're getting hurt. Direct deposits
are ticking up.
Man, they are hurting. I wonder if any failed banks lately.
It's only been the one. I did pull that up not too long ago. There's only one in April.
Yeah, I think the Fed is just like propping them all up. I think they're that was one of the big problems in 1929 is that people took their money out of the banks, and then a lot of the banks, because all the banks were failing, so they just took the cash out and stuffed it under their mattress. That's where that expression came from.
Right.
And so there was fewer and fewer banks, and nobody put money in the bank, so the velocity of money dropped through the floor. And that's what I think the Fed is afraid of. They don't want that to happen again.
Yeah, just one April 3rd for the first state
Yeah,
bank.
there's no way. They're keeping that. They're trying to keep a lid on that as best they can. If they know banks start failing, man,
Right.
then it's really going to hit the fan.
Did you see that one too? Their second wave.
Yeah.
It's just starting where our governor was talking yesterday, where we're going to dial it back and start allowing more people out. But they're already seeing where they've done that in other areas that more sickness happens. So they got to control this.
Yeah.
Because they're already talking about the second wave coming, and we're not even in the summer yet.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen next winter?
Yeah, I think that's everybody's fear is that, we get
And we're still
closed and
back
tight
down.
spaces.
Look at the 10 years down another half a point.
Wow. From 0.73 down to 0.54, yeah. Now, at this point, they got to lower those short-term rates.
Yeah, the 30 years coming down. Everything's coming down again.
So that 0 to 0.25% fund Fed target rate, let's call it minus 0.25% to 0.
Right.
I told my wife this morning because my sister-in-law took out her 401k, right?
Yep.
Her hours would cut back on her job so she could take it out. And I said, well, what's she going to do with the money? And she goes, well, she's just going to keep it under her mattress. I said, and she told her that, you put it in the bank, you're going to get a haircut. You're going to have to pay them to keep your money.
I can't even imagine that.
And my sister-in-law is not from this country. And she said, there's no way that can happen. No way. She's not like following any of this stuff,
Right. Well, yeah, it's just a blow your mind thought. Like, yeah, I put $1,000 in the bank and I get my little interest. No, I'll check next week and it's 900 something. It's like, what?
Yeah. People who do not or have not lived in a negative rate environment or not really, they're not reading what's going on with interest rates and not on top of it, they're going to be shocked.
Yeah, that's just unfathomable.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they do kind of a Cypress deal. A little haircut overnight.
Oh, there would be mayhem.
Oh, you're not kidding.
And that's just for me.
Yeah, that's right. Beware of the Dan destruction.
Don't come after my money, man.
Yeah.
We worked hard to earn that.
Man, I had 10,000 in there. How come there's only 9 in there now? What's going on? Where's my money?
Yeah.
That's what people are going to be saying. I mean, they're just going to wake up one morning. I mean, I hope they don't do that, but and I don't think they will because there will be mayhem. But
right,
you're going to get that $2 nick on your account every week.
That's what it would be. If they do it small enough where it looks like something that doesn't raise eyebrows, then they'd get away with it.
Yeah. What would they call it? Would they wouldn't call it a negative interest charge. They'd probably call it something more palatable.
Yeah, some admin fee.
Service fee or something. Yeah.
Government deficit fee.
Yeah.
This is your portion of the CARES Act. We're taking it from you.
Yeah.
I like to watch the ETFs at the same time. It looks like there was an interesting print that came up on the SPY. Because we know it didn't trade down there. So what were they doing down at 273 is the question.
Yeah. Is that the target?
It very well could be.
Everybody's kind of saying, so the specialists will go in there, they'll create a trade at that level to alert all their buddies. Yes, that's the target. Yes.
Yeah, they put a little trade in there for a signal. Maybe it was one share. Here's where we're going, guys.
Yeah.
Looks like it's got a little fight along the way. We see we definitely hit some support levels. That's why I like watching all four. It's never just one. And it's never just one thing, right? Compared to the futures where, and when they line up at twice, it's, the cues, that's why we definitely took a little turnaround. But as we say, it's most likely going to be short-lived.
Yeah, very short-lived. We're in a volatile environment. And that's we're going to get retraces. We're going to get all that kind of stuff, but they're not going to last.
Profit taking, these are big moves. If anybody's trading like the Qs there or the NQ, that's a large move. That's a lot of profit to take.
Yeah. Yeah, I was short last night on the Dow futures. I took them off before the number this morning and got back in just after the open. We kind of rallied a little bit after the open. So I got back in. I just took some off. I didn't take all of them off, but I took 2 contracts off when it was down 429.
Yeah, I just did a short, quick trade before open up the room here myself in between these levels here, because I wasn't in this morning watching the report come out. So I just did a quick scalp myself on the ES. So in and out, we'll take the quick ones.
Yeah, absolutely. But
I wasn't moving on, but I got to talk to you guys, and if I was talking to you, it would have rallied earlier or something. That's just Murphy's law.
Yeah.
But Sean, dark print, yeah, you could call it that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could be an example of a dark pool print. This could have been yesterday. Let's look at when the last time it was actually down there. I don't think it's been down there recently because we're moving down towards it, right?
What level was that?
273.
Okay.
It's rare that I see them around the open. Usually you see them after the close.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're all after the close.
So that's an interesting one. Whoops. Dial it up here.
Yeah, that's about 40 points on the S&P 500 where we are now.
Interesting that it's right below that final Camarilla pivot there for the day. We're already past the first two where it's in between them now. We'll see if it gets there. You guys watch that at the close? See if we close there. That'd be interesting.
That also lines up with my target around 22.5 to 22.6 on the Dow.
Yep. Which would also, yeah. 227 on the diamonds, yep. It's all coming together. Still stair-stepping.
Yeah, I'm going to take another short.
BOP's still rising. Well, it's leveled off on the NDX. That stopped rising, but the New York Stock Exchange is still rising.
Yeah, I'll take advantage of that little rally there and just one little MYM, nothing big.
What else do we got shaking? Had lots of interest around the price action profit, so that's good to see that people are starting to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I changed the name, by the way.
You did?
I don't know if you noticed.
I didn't. Do I have to change my name?
No. It was too subtle. PROPHET profit, and
just switched to FIT.
Yeah, I just switched it to PROFITS.
Okay, gotcha. You gave away the punchline.
That's all. Yeah, it's the punchline. People rarely get my jokes, and that's why my wife was so surprised when I told her, "You get my jokes." She goes, "What? Nobody gets your jokes." I said, "Yeah, Dan does. Dan gets them."
At least one person out there in the crowd, right?
Yeah, she was shocked.
Andre wants to know if Scott had a chance to do his analysis on XRP yet.
Yep, I got one that he did on 428, and he's doing a follow-up to that. He's going to finish it today, so he's going to have that up. We just uploaded for you guys who in that. This morning was a JBP, British pound, Japanese yen, Forex pair on the short side. Almost all of the examples he's given us so far have been on a long side. This is a short one. So that example is up there now.
I know I've had a few questions, people asking, obviously there's different instruments you can trade with the strategy that he reviews and goes over it and that you cover with him, would you say there's a what's the word I'm looking for? Like how often setups happen? I guess it's hard to say that because people can trade different instruments with it. But as far as like how many times opportunities present themselves with the talkings that you did with them, in addition to creating the course, do you think there's any?
Well, yeah. I mean, the cool thing is that if you trade multiple different markets, so if you're in Forex, stocks, and cryptocurrencies, I have found a trade every single day. And this is on, using weekly charts and then 1 hour charts to do the setup. In fact, if you want me to, I can show you my screen. I'll show you a setup I did on cryptocurrencies and the MYM today.
Yeah, we can swap when you're ready.
All right.
You have the floor, sir.
Okay, first I'll go over the MYM. Can you see that okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. So when I set it up, this is on the hourly chart. Now you can go on to any chart you want, but I was looking at just the last 4 bars here, the last 3 bars. So when I started out this morning, I had these 3 bars. I did the lower percent, the higher percent on those bars, just like he teaches. And then, so what I did was when I looked at this retrace and it couldn't stay above that 75% level, and here are all my extensions down here. And that's how I got the target of the 22,500 to 22,600. This green area is a congestion area. I don't know if I can scroll all the way back because it's really far back there. Boy, it's really far. Yeah, it's back in here. So there was a congestion area here that stalled prices on the way up. And so I look for those old congestion areas. So that in combination with, bring it back over here, with these levels, like the 200%, the 225. So someplace in there between the 200 and 250. But you notice that if it doesn't, it'll breach above a level, like this was the 125, but it couldn't stay there. And I could tell it just wasn't holding. It's going to go down to the next level, which is this one. And when we close below this 150%, it's going to go down to the 175. So it's almost like Camarilla points and your person's pivots.
Okay.
And so I would use them in conjunction with that. I mean, that would be great. It's a little bit longer term. I don't know. Do the Camarilla and the person's pivots work on like an hourly, a 4 hourly? I haven't tried them, so I'm not sure.
They might on the one. I think anything over a day, it's going to look weird. Okay.
So that was the setup this morning. Last night I had these out and I had them up on these couple bars up here, but the retracement was almost a perfect 25% level. And then once we broke below this 50 this morning, I knew it was game over. And you can see it came back up, touched it, boom, dropped right off, came down to the 125 level right there, boom, couldn't hold it, dropped back down again.
And that's when the report was coming out too, wasn't it, on that second previous bar? Because those are 1 hour charts, right? Yep.
Yes. So it was, the report came out on this bar right here.
Okay.
Moved up this morning right at the open. That's where I shorted again, right after the open right there. Boom. And then it dropped right down. On cryptocurrency this morning, this is pretty interesting, or yesterday actually, what happened was I ended up looking at this chart and I had this white line is the equilibrium of the daily chart. It's 50% of the daily chart. And I've got this on a 4 hour. And so what I did was I identified, now I do it in conjunction with some other setups, patterns. There's a left shoulder, head, right shoulder of an inverse head and shoulder pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had a little cup with a handle here. And I went in right about here at 375. This morning I woke up, it shot up real quick up to 3.86. Didn't take the profits. I'm kind of waiting. My target is up here, 4.31.
So Andre's asking, is that this? Are you using the modified fib there when you're drawing those?
Yes. So when I do the fibs on these, I've modified TradingView. And I'll just give you an example in a clear space here. When I do the fibs, they're all in the quads. So it's 25%, 50%, 75%, and of course the one. This 0.702 is just kind of an odd one. On a retracement, I noticed that this little level in between these, the 70 and the 75%, tends to be resistance on a retracement. But otherwise, they're quads, 25, 50, and 75. So all I did was modify it. Modifying it is easy. If you grab one of these little round dots here in the corner, you just go over to the, where is it, settings. And then you can change all of these to whatever you want. Okay, this one, actually, I should change to 1.25. I'll change this one to 1.5. And you can add more to it as well. Yeah, that was it. So it's pretty easy setup this morning. The thing that triggered this trade, though, was that we closed above, and this is on the 4 hour, we closed above that 50% level back here. He calls it so it was the, I forget what he calls it. He calls it something. Anyway, I have to go back and read the course, but basically you close over the 50%, you get this manipulation down, clear out all the stops, and then you're back up again. And this is an indication you're going to go higher. So you got to watch the course
Yep.
I don't want to give away the story here.
Yeah, that was the best thing. I was just hoping we'd get across that there's, numerous opportunities. It's not just one thing that it's built for. Like, I built the MES class specifically to be an ES or an MES trader. You've done lots of things around the Dow over the years. This strategy is, you can use it on numerous instruments.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. And so, yeah, those are the setups for this morning. And boy, they worked out really well. So back over to you.
Awesome. So if anyone's curious, that's how you learn that one. And I got a link over to his site. If you just go to tradingology.com/PAP for price action profit, you will get there. And if you are an elite member, shoot me an email like a few have. They've already taken advantage of the discount.
Yep. And using it just over the past week and a half, I have not had a losing trade.
Nice.
Yeah. Absolutely beautiful setups. And the nice thing is it's complementary to the spreadsheet, because the spreadsheet is daily and it tells you the direction, but it doesn't give you the entry points. And so the price action profits will tell you exactly what the entry points are and what to look for to make sure the setup is confirmed. It also can be used in conjunction with the MES Masterclass, because you can get in and out of the MES Masterclass while having these swing trades as well. So they're really a great little combination there.
Yeah, that's what I'm setting it up, so I can use it for my swing trades, and I'll just trade like this morning before the room, grab some ES profit and sit on that and let the longer term trades cook, close those when they hit targets, and just look for different ones.
Yep, absolutely. Asham says accumulation distribution. It's accumulation manipulation distribution. That's the way he got that from Michael Huddleston in ICT. He was a student of both of those. Andre said, so you look at the daily first, then the hourly gives you the entry points. You can look at longer term charts. Scott uses the monthly, and then he goes down to the daily, and then when he wants to refine his entry, he goes down to the
hourly. Yeah, I like looking at monthlies and weeklies to get that big picture, especially for your swing trades, right? Because the bigger the sample size, the more accurate you're going to be.
Absolutely.
Just for anything in general, right? That's just general theory. So you can apply that to trading.
Absolutely. It's just like looking at the, the 5 minute or 10 minute before you jump over to a 1 minute.
Right. Well, they've slowed their rate. We'll see if this continues or not, or little uptick on the internals.
Yeah, if it closes there, we've got a break in the true trend day, which would be a shame. I hate to
Yeah,
see
we're the
it.
first minute in, so we'll see. It
Yeah,
looks like it is leveling off, though. They're kind of the last few minutes where we were not watching. It's just slowed it all, so we'll see.
coming up to resistance points on the pivots.
Yep. How about you guys in the room? Anybody got any trades this morning you want to speak of, or anything that you got in, you got out, or you got a decent crowd here today? Asham got a trade in. How'd you do, Asham? He's been killing it in his testing, 330. Very nice, Asham. Well
Nice.
done.
Yeah, and it's funny because you need the volatility to make those kind of profits. I don't know how many contracts you traded, Deshaun, but oh, Steven, nice. Before the bell, $2,000. 2 ESs, winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Well done, Stephen.
That's what I say.
Yeah, Asham's on 4 MES
Nice.
for 330. That's fantastic results for micros.
Yeah, it's good.
Awesome. I love to see it. Yeah, both of you guys been knocking it out of the park. Just keep that consistency. That's what we want to see.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, there we go. Interesting.
Yeah, coming back up through to the pivots there and the points. Let's see if that holds in resistance. Oh yeah.
Some volume coming in there.
Man, I'd hate to see it broken. I don't want to see it broken. I'm dying for a true trend day for a long time here.
They're just teasing you. They kind of come below the 0.82 it's flirting with.
I don't think it's going to turn. I don't think it's going to turn up. This is just a little tease.
It might bounce right off it. We've seen that before.
Yeah, this is
Come
just
right
a
back
little.
down.
Yeah, this is a little tease. They're just trying to suck in as many traders, those dip buyers,
And yeah, exactly like you said, that was definitely resistance right there.
For 10 years, these young traders who, they've been teaching them to buy the dips.
Right.
Right. So here's your opportunity, buy the dip.
No, this is called sell the rally.
Yeah, that's the new mantra for sure.
Bitcoin's flirting with 10,000.
Yeah, I got real close this morning. Real close. I mean, it was up. I think the high was about 99.40. When I looked at it, I got up at 5 o'clock, and it was just about it.
Yeah,
Just
so
over
close.
90. Very close. So
99.43.
I got to believe a little bit of that is number one is the halving because the miners are not selling as much, but number two is Paul Tudor Jones coming in saying he's got 1% to 2% of his net worth in Bitcoin. That's huge for his portfolio, not his net worth, but his portfolio.
So the majority of them are all up. 2%, 2%, 3%, 6%. Nice.
I think they're going to find a market here. We talked about yesterday in the Wealth Masterclass for you guys that weren't there. The recordings, by the way, from yesterday is up. So if you haven't checked it out, the link is in the PDF file.
Cool. Excellent.
No. Really interesting is that we're having pockets of inflation and pockets of deflation. And I think one of the inflation that's coming, we talk about food prices, but I think it's also going to be in cryptocurrencies. Kind of hoping it gets started.
Well, they made that last one a red one. This one's fighting back. We'll see here. See if we get a bounce off the 0.8 level.
They did. Wow. Yeah, they did make the last one a red one. Huh.
Just because they know they want to keep you happy.
Yeah. little bit of hope in there for whoever's long.
Then you look at the indexes too. It's fighting with that. I know you don't like them, but I like them. It's gonna
No,
ride that.
I didn't say I didn't like them. I think they're useful.
I just gotta give you a
I
hard
just
time.
don't use them.
I just like giving you a hard time, Dave. It's all good. Yeah, that's an interesting clue there, though. BOP curve is coming down a little bit, so that was on the rise, slightly down, still in the red. So we'll see. Might just chop here for a while.
Could be.
We'll see. Oh, that's a large candle now.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of buying in there. Somebody pulled the trigger and said, "Okay, I'm buying the dip."
Yeah, we get hour into the open. That's when we start seeing the churning. We'll see.
It's only the issues that have gone up. The volume is still pretty high.
Yeah, I see they're starting to get some separation there.
Yeah, so it's the volume. It's volume's still high. The issues are the ones that are dropping. So I think we'll probably close down about 600-700 points today. That's my guess. If we can keep a true trend day intact.
I'm happy with my profit, so I'm already done. So that's the one thing that we didn't talk about in the room that I like people seeing is once you made your goals, walk away and keep them in your pocket.
Absolutely. Yeah, I got one little MYM just kind of hanging around, waiting for the close. I think I'll just kind of keep it on a string.
Yeah, after seeing yesterday's late afternoon, it's like, holy cow. That was quite the drop there yesterday.
It was.
Was it yesterday or was it the day before?
It was the day before, and then yesterday we still had a big down day yesterday. I mean, it was just yeah, that was yesterday. So we still had a very, very nice 450 point decline, but early in the morning it was up, and then it just dropped throughout the day. So it wasn't until after the close last night that we had a little bit of a pop. We went up about 100 points after at the 6 o'clock open.
We'll bring them back to real time.
I missed Mike Maloney yesterday. He didn't do a video.
I noticed on the previous ones he was saying that he's not going to be doing the dailies with the books he's trying to finish, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I was like, where's my episode? It's about that time to get my email notification.
I know. I kind of look forward to it. I watch it while I eat dinner.
Yep. I'm curious. It was fun watching the one where he did the dead clock one. But it's like, all right, he's talking about the same stuff we do. I like it. And you could see, you could kind of judge like how long ago he had recorded that, because I was looking at it live and it was obviously slightly different numbers, but not a lot. So, just being as, since we record things and then show him, post them, it's like, I wonder how soon he records his before it airs. And I don't think it's very much different compared to live. But I think he's actually typing on it live, so he's not having to talk and type.
Right.
Which I understand that too.
Yeah, he records it and then he does it as a premiere on YouTube, which is like a recording, but a lot of people still think it's live, but it's not.
Right.
Well, look at that bar higher. Holy cow. What is that?
That's the Fed coming in and buying.
Looks like a gooseneck. Well, let's see what the internals do. If we go back over 2,000, then we broke it. It's already broken with that big.
Broke right there, right?
Yeah, it's broken.
They tried to keep it down, but that bull kicked them.
Yeah.
Boy, that's quite the turn there. Volume's turning with it, so we'll see if they catch up or not.
So just yeah, so the volume is still down. It's just the issues that have returned, which is kind of interesting here.
And we'll see if that gets above 2,000 or not here before we end or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's moving in a hurry.
Any news? Let's check it out. The airlines this morning were getting absolutely destroyed. Oh man, they were just like, yeah, they were getting killed. I saw this interesting. Schmidt, the ex-Google CEO, was saying that workers should not be forced to return to their jobs because I guess Elon Musk was threatening workers in California that if they don't return, he's gonna cut off their unemployment benefits.
That's ridiculous.
Isn't that stupid? That's absolutely stupid. So now you got companies who are saying, "Hey, look, we need you back at the job. If you don't go back to the job, then we're going to threaten you." Basically, yeah. We offered you a job, but you didn't come back to it, so you can't get unemployment anymore.
Yeah, there's something coming out, that's for sure. I don't see what it is in TOS news here.
I don't see any news. Yeah. So something happened. Somebody knows something. They're not telling the rest of us.
Fitch affirms. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I didn't see anything in there at all.
Natural gas is up. That's not it.
Delta retires Boeing 777s.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't they just come out with those?
Those are pretty. Yeah, that's the newer one. Didn't they call that the Dreamliner or whatever? Or is that the 787?
Are those the ones that crashed a couple of times and they had to do some repairs to them?
No, that was the 737 MAX.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Interesting. Entirely. Holy cow.
There's going to be an opportunity, I think, because there's going to be so many planes that are going to be taken out of commission. And some entrepreneur is going to buy up those planes cheap and make them into houses. Create a little airline village or something.
Uh-huh. Did we talk about this? Did you see that planes parked out in the desert?
No, I didn't see that.
Did I tell you about that before?
No, I don't think so.
This is ridiculous. I was talking. There must have been other friends that I was talking to. There's a airport out in the desert, not too far away from California, where they're storing all the planes.
Yeah.
They're not flying right now. I'll show you briefly, just a quick. Here's this guy got the okay to do a low-level flyover of it. Look at these planes parked.
Holy cow.
This is one of the runways that they have shut down to park planes on it.
Wow. Wow.
These are all the Delta planes. Then you'll see, look at all the Southwest or Frontier, whoever.
Oh my gosh.
This is just crazy. Steven says it was the Dreamliner, thanks. You know, how would you like to be the pilots that have to go out and park and move these things? It's just nuts.
That is insane.
So go check that out. It's a couple minutes long. The guy talks about it. I'll throw it in the I'll throw the link in the chat for you guys.
Yeah, I'm telling you, some entrepreneur's going to go and say, "Hey, look, I'll buy a couple of your planes cheap and create a little airplane village or something, and make houses out of them."
Well, just like they did with the missile silos when they got decommissioned, you could buy them and live in them.
That's right. Yep, that's exactly right.
That might be a good place to be right now.
It might be.
Wow, look at that candle. That was a big push up.
That's a big one on no news. On zero news.
Let's see if I can.
Which means maybe Trump tweeted something. He's always messing with the markets.
Yeah, check the Twitter machine. What do you got there? I don't have that open right now.
Yeah, let me check it out.
Looks like Asham's finding something. Oh, it's about the Boeing.
You think that's it?
I don't know. That seems like it's too long ago to react now.
Yeah. Oh, an engineer lives in a Boeing airplane?
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
CDC, let's see. Be mentioned, paid, da da da. Yeah, nothing there.
Oh my God.
I'm looking for other news locations on what could be behind that one. I'm not finding anything yet. Because when did that hit? 9:30? Eight or 10:30 Eastern. Interesting. Fabrication. There's your ultimate manipulation right before the big move down. Yeah, that broke all the way up to 1800.
I wonder if the Fed interventions have broken like the normal operation of the market. So let's say there was a true trend day in the works, but the Fed came in and started buying up those corporate ETFs. And so I guess.
And are they doing it like not in a dark pool type environment where it is affecting, like, hey, they came in and bought 5 million shares of something, and that's what you would see, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's just a massive amount of buying. So and it could not. I doubt if it could have been one fund, but it's probably. I mean, it's a massive amount of money.
Yeah, if you're affecting all 4 major indexes, right? Because they all moved at the same time. Looks like the Dow might have moved the most.
Yeah.
But we're still, percentage-wise, look at that. Russell's still down 2.5% after that huge rally.
Yeah, and the volumes are still above 80% as far as I can tell there.
And they're turning back already, so we'll see.
Yeah, the volumes are still up a lot. Still up in that 80% level. It's only the issues that have declined.
Those are just so. Look at the extended one coming back down now.
Boy, that's weird. Yeah. Well, yesterday, if you have the spreadsheet there, why don't you bring up the spreadsheet before we conclude today?
Yeah, I'll grab it here.
Have you got to go in the 45-minute mark?
Yeah, I do got a 10 o'clock again. So we got 5 or 10 left. So I can grab the spreadsheet here.
Yeah, because there was in my comments last night in the real-time update service, I noticed that there's both bullish signs and bearish signs on the spreadsheet, and I said to beware of volatility both up and down, and I'll show you why.
I'll drag it over here.
Yeah, so we had a huge jump in MT volatility, which is bearish. We had a big jump in, or the ABS was up to over 2,000 now, so that's bearish. And the price anomaly does not typically spell a turnaround until that's a really high number. So it's up in the 2, 3, 4, 500 range. Being at 47 means that the move is not over. So if the move has been down and that is a low number, that indicates the move is still going to continue. On the bullish, and then of course we had bearish hurting, but it's a little bit spotty. It's not really filling out very well. So that was bearish, but not super bearish. The one thing that indicated, the buy sell it hit a bottom a couple of days ago. So it's like it's been going up. That was bullish. So it indicates that there's buying coming into the market.
This is bullish too, right?
And that's bullish too. But that's a little bit delayed depending on the volatility. But the bullishness was that buy sell. So I anticipated big up moves, big down moves. And that's exactly what we got. But we got MT volatility over 110%, over 100% again. So
Yeah, 11-point jump. That's big.
that's a big jump, yeah. And as long as the ABS, like I said before, I've gone back and done the research for years and years and years on this. As long as ABS stays over that 1500 level and it's still highlighted, that is an indication of a bear market. Just FYI. Awesome. All right. I know you got to go. Thanks again for everything, hosting this, and everybody
Absolutely.
be safe.
Yeah, appreciate everyone coming out. Keep watching for the updates. And let me know if you guys got any questions. You know how to get a hold of me.
Absolutely. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you Tuesday.
Sounds good. See you, Dave.
All right, guys. Bye.